What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jumay's World Podcast, man. And this NFL Championship Sunday 2024 was one of the wildest ones I've ever seen in my life, man. Number one, right? Okay, so the Ravens were favored to win this game, and all throughout the week, I was trying to find reasonings to why they would actually beat Patrick Mahomes, and I really couldn't find the reasoning. And realistically speaking, it didn't really matter about the fact that, certain things were missing and, their tackles were off. With the Chiefs, right? A lot of it is just down to if Patrick Mahomes is too much of like a risk taker. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he just plays the way that, he's supposed to, like, he's going to make his miraculous plays. He's going to do a lot of wild moves and, run for yards and get stuff done that he needs to do. As long as he doesn't force things too much in the game, they usually have a very suitable chance of winning. All right? Not only that, they've already been there so many damn times. So it's like, all right, it's nothing new to the guy anymore. Like, he knows what he has to do. The team understands it. And this is a big difference from Andy Reid when he was with the Eagles. They just seem more comfortable, Kansas City now, knowing that Patrick Mahomes is who he is and that he has the opportunity to do these things. So I just want to say that because I did pick the Ravens, but I picked the Ravens based on everything that they did leading up to this. That stout defense, Lamar Jackson being able to make certain plays, the excitement in which I knew that I just thought he was too fast for them to be able to contain him. Just looking overall at the defensive background of the Chiefs, I got to give Chris Jones a lot of credit. He made a lot of plays, a lot of pressure up the middle that caused a lot of issues for Lamar to immediately run to the outside. There was a lot going on in this game, but let's go ahead and just jump right to what the problem was. The Ravens had tremendous amounts of chances to score and just did not. I can't blame Zay Flowers completely for trying to dive like an idiot and fumbling the ball. I can't blame Lamar Jackson for trying to throw the ball to Isaiah Likely when he throws his hand up in the air when he's quadruple coverage like he's Randy Moss. There was a lot of things going on in this game that it's like, okay, bro, you guys got to make that play type thing, but you get kind of annoyed with it because the window keeps closing. And that's what people don't understand. Like, they're like, yeah, they'll be back next year. It's not a guarantee, bro. This is the NFL. And with all the, the fluke calls and all the madness that goes on, there really isn't a guarantee that anybody's going to be going back to anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's sort of like, I don't think now with everything that has happened in this game that it's a guarantee that the Ravens are back. Like, what makes that be a guarantee? OBJ probably won't be back. It's a lot of different places and a lot of different tools and pieces that have to be in place. The veteran stuff. I think OBJ was suitable enough this year for them to go further and win and probably win the Super Bowl. Because I do believe that they would have beaten either the Lions or the Niners just because of matchups. But it's Patrick Mahomes is the dangerous issue. Okay, because even if you believe that the Niners are going to beat the Chiefs, you got to always gauge, right? Who's the better quarterback? And there's no comparison between Mahomes and Purdy. There's literally no comparison. So most people are going to be with Mahomes. And the better quarterback in most cases usually wins. So I would think that the Chiefs are going to win another Super Bowl. And then now we're going to have a discussion about, Kelsey versus Gronk because all the numbers are there as well. And speaking of Kelsey, I don't know what Taylor Swift is doing to him, but dog, he was making every catch he was supposed to. And when you go out there and have 11 receptions for 116 yards, against a defense supposed to be stout like that, you're going to have a lot of problems. Now, Kyle Hamilton is a really, really good defensive player. But Kelsey's, that dude's a dog, man. Most of us that are listening to this or that watch the game, I think we all feel that we love Gronk, because I do regardless. But the bigger situation is this, right? Regardless of how you feel about Gronk, Travis Kelce has been consistently good even during the time that Gronk played, but he was overshadowed by the fact that Tom Brady and Gronk were so good. Now, when you look at what's there on the field tight end wise, and you look at the replays and you watch this guy run his routes and run block and do all these things, he's up there. Obviously, Gronk is the better run blocker, but as far as like just catching the ball, moving, doing what you got to do to get open, posts, corners, the entire route tree, dude, you can't knock it. So that was a major problem because they couldn't stop the Chiefs. The Ravens could not stop the Chiefs when it mattered. And all these extra turnovers, it just became a problem, dude. Like, dude, you can't be doing all this stuff. It's just too many. It was too many mistakes, bro. Too many mistakes. And still with all of that, the Chiefs only won by 7. So we could argue, like I said, we could argue and say, you know what, they'll be back next year, all this stuff. It's no way possible that the Ravens are going to be not involved in a championship game, but it's highly likely that they won't be back because teams get better, teams draft better. We're going to talk about the Lions draft in a second. Players get better, the teams get smarter. People learn how to play you. They see the way that you play. The regular season is one thing. You go to the playoffs, it's a whole nother story. So overall, like just looking at the way the game played, the Chiefs did exactly what we all thought that they would do, but most of us still thought that the Ravens were the better team and that they would win this game. But ultimately, Patrick Mahomes outplayed Lamar Jackson. Even though Lamar Jackson caught his own pass, he should have went for 6 on that. But, I don't want to blame Zay Flowers. I don't want to blame Lamar Jackson for throwing a wild pick into the middle of the field. I'm just going to say, look, man, they had a lot of opportunities, and I just believe that the Chiefs outplayed them. That's where I'm going to leave it, guys. I can't really go too far with that. All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Lions, right? The Lions and the Niners. This is absolutely hilarious to me because this game was well in hand when they were up 17. And this is going to be a really, really quick, like if you guys are following me on X, when I said to fire Dan Campbell, I was saying it as like a joke or whatever because he's done so much for the team. And I love the way that he stood on what he did. And he did not regret going for those fourth down plays. And the reason that I have a problem with it, right? When you have the chance to go up 17 in the championship game, I don't care how much you believe in your team, you still have Jared Goff. And Jared Goff has been playing well. And he was playing well the entire game. 273 yards. He was playing well. But he's still Jared Goff. You're in a position to go up 17. You go up 17. I don't care who the coach is. I don't care if it's Bill Belichick. I don't care about anything. That one right there, I disagree with. Okay? If it's a different circumstance where it's like, all right, you know what? We're just going to go for this right quick. And, it's early in the game. No harm, no foul. Dude, you're up 14. You have the opportunity to let everybody relax and be up 17 and put even more pressure on the Niners. And he chose to go for it and obviously didn't get it. Then did it again and didn't get it when he was down. So a lot of the things that he was doing, it's way too aggressive. I've never seen a coach, I can't think of one that has been that aggressive in those type of games and won. Like I just, he would be a genius if he did win the game. Like how that whole thing goes, Monday quarterback type of thing, what I'm saying? Monday morning quarterback. Dude, I'm not overthinking it. You got it. You have to take the 3 points. That's all I'm saying. I love him as a coach. I love what he does for the team. I love the culture that he's bringing back to the Lions, but you have to go up 3. You have to go up 17. You take the 3, you go up 17. And then if you want to go for it anytime after that, that's fine. Because even if they score, you're still up 2 scores and it's a little bit more calm for the way your team has been playing. But Jared Goff, as much as I was giving him credit, throughout the game, but ultimately, right, when he's under pressure versus when it's a clean pocket, it's night and day. He's not good for stuff like that. So obviously, the second fourth down when they brought pressure, it's going to be an incomplete pass. And also, I'm not downplaying what Jared Goff was able to do. I really think that Josh Reynolds bet on the game. Let me just be very, very clear with that. I believe that Josh Reynolds bet the Niners because he was dropping wide open passes for no reason. And it just got real nasty. And remember, this is after they went in for halftime. So somebody called them like, yo, look, y'all got to lose this game. It makes no damn sense that everybody's like this dude Gibbs fumbles for no reason. It was just so stupid. Everything was set up perfectly for the Niners to win the game. I was absolutely disgusted with the way they played in the second half. But we're not worried about that, right? All I could tell you is this. Everything that happened came down to being too aggressive on the Lions side. That was it. They played an unbelievable game. Smash mouth football, running the ball. The Niners staying in that 4 down lineman front while they're getting run all over was some of the stupidest coaching I've ever seen. And nobody will be able to talk about it because they won. And the Chiefs are not going to play like that. So their defense is going to play better against the Chiefs. The Lions had to, they exposed them with the run game. Just straight 4 down linemen getting run all over. Again, I don't see that happening when they play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, so I would favor the Niners to win the Super Bowl in this case, with the exception of Brock Purdy. Now, Brock Purdy didn't win the way that everybody thought he would. He won based on making those plays with his legs. At one point on X, I just posted, this guy's Lamar Jackson now. They couldn't tackle him. Are you serious? This dude is running around on third and whatevers and just making continuous first downs. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know Christian McCaffrey is automatic getting a touchdown. Like, he steps on the field as a touchdown. It's ridiculous. So we're not worried about Christian McCaffrey. You know, Deebo Samuel, 89 yards. Ayuk, 68. That was a ridiculous catch that he caught. It made me throw up in my mouth a little bit. And then it turns out that they took away the pass interference because they did catch it. The game just started to turn so much in the second half. It was disgusting work going on. Like, absolutely disgusting work. Okay? Up 17, you lose the game. Now, let's talk about the Super Bowl real quick, because we don't need to even really get into what happened. I believe that Josh Reynolds bet on himself against the Niners, dude. Like, dude, it was nasty work. Right now, the Niners versus the Chiefs, initially, even with Brock Purdy not being, you know, as good as Patrick Mahomes, they're 4 down front getting pressure. Nick Bosa and them boys, Chase Young. I give them a very, very good chance to beat the Chiefs based on the way that they consistently stay in that 4 down lineman set. And the fact that you don't really know what Brock Purdy's going to do, like, it's going to be very, very interesting. All right, I wouldn't go either way, very, very heavy. I think it's going to be a very evenly matched Super Bowl, but I think the edge goes to the Niners based on the fact that they're so lucky, and it just looks like it's their time, bro, because there is no possible way that they should have won this game. But it is what it is. I want to thank you guys for tuning in all season. Obviously, we have the Super Bowl left, but if you've watched all the G Myers World podcasts, whether you downloaded it from Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Android, I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. You guys go ahead and have a blessed day, and I'll see you Super Bowl Sunday. One love, y'all.